Hello and welcome back to another class of Fun with English. I hope you are ready to learn many new things in today's class. As you know, children, we use describing words or adjectives to make our writing more interesting. As you go further, you will learn many more such words and phrases that help us to sound better. These are called figures of speech. Today, we will learn about two such figures of speech. There are many more that you will learn later in higher classes.
If you are an avid reader,
You must have come across some of these figures of speech. Writers often use figures of speech to make their writing sound better. And now it is your turn
let us begin the class.
by discussing the learning outcomes of today's lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify similes used in sentences, understand and apply similes appropriately in your writing, understand what idioms are, identify idioms in a text, use well-known idioms in your own writing, and frame similes of your own. So are you ready for this venture then? Let us begin by discussing what are similes.
A simile
Is a direct comparison of two different things. It is used as a phrase with words as or like. For example, as big as an elephant. Let us now look at a few more examples of similes. Here are some examples of similes with animals and everyday objects in them. You might have heard some of these. As blind as a bat, as brave as a lion, as cold as ice, as easy as ABC. So children, do you think similes are as easy as ABC? Let us try a few activities then. For our first activity, you have to match the phrase to the object or animal concerned. Here we have a list of similes beginning with as strong as light as busy as slow as. Now, look at the pictures on the right hand side of your page. Which ones do you think go with these similes? Or rather, which ones complete these similes? Take some time and think about it. So, have you thought of the answers? Let us see if your answers are correct. As strong as an ox, as light as a feather, as busy as a bee, as slow as a snail. So, did you get it right? Brilliant. Would you like to try another activity now? Here are a few sentences that are all jumbled up. You have to unscramble these sentences. And do note that there are similes in these. So arrange the similes carefully. If you need a little more time, do pause the video, finish the activity, and then continue. Here you go. This is the solution to the previous activity. The first sentence reads, "The sneaky boy is sly like a fox. The tired boy went out like a light. The old man is as wise as an owl. The calm girl is as cool as cucumber. The bride's dress is as white as snow." How many did you get right, children? Wonderful. Let us now move on to our next figure of speech. Have you guessed what it is? We will now learn about idioms. An idiom is a group of words in a fixed order that have a particular meaning that is different from the meaning of each of the words on its own. So, there is a literal meaning and there is a figurative meaning. Example, to have bitten off more than you can chew. Here, I'm not talking about eating. It is an idiom that means you have tried to do something which is too difficult for you. Let us have a look at some more examples now. Have you heard of this one? Kill two birds with one stone. The meaning is to get double results with one attempt. For example, my mother is killing two birds with one stone by singing rhymes to teach me and to please my toddler brother. So, doing one thing, she's achieving two goals. Can you think of more idioms by yourself? Have you heard of this one? Piece of cake, meaning it is used to say when something is very easy to do. I would love to draw the scenery for you. It'll be a piece of cake. What do you think is a piece of cake for you, children? This one reads, spin a yarn, meaning to tell a long, far-fetched story. What does far-fetched mean? It is an impossible tale, something which is not quite real. My friend spins a yarn about his trip always. So he makes things up. It seems like an impossible, improbable story. When was the last time you did this? Said something which doesn't seem to be true. What do you think will be the result of someone who is used to spinning yarns? Do you think people will believe them? Another famous one is building castles in the air, meaning to create ideas that are impractical, unlikely, and impossible. Example, you should stop building castles in the air and take your studies seriously. So stop daydreaming. I am sharing two links with you. One is to a very famous song called Everything at Once by Lenka and an idiom game. Do play and let me know how you find it. Can you identify all the idioms suggested in the video? Here are a few activities for you to try. Look for similes in nursery rhymes. Try and sing your favorite nursery rhymes and see if you can find similes in them. Describe yourself using similes. Draw out idioms. If possible, try to depict both the meanings, the literal one as well as what it actually means. You can also play a game of charades based on idioms with your family. So you have to act it out and your family members have to guess the idioms. You can also try and form your own similes. I hope you enjoy these activities, children, and I'll meet you in the next class. Thanks a bunch, children. Keep reading and finding more figures of speech in your books. Also remember to use them in your own language. That is how we grow our vocabulary. All the best and take care.